Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, on Wednesday, the internet was on fire. Twitter was literally burning. Gladys Wanga was trending at #1 for the better part of the day in Kenya. Opiyo Wandayi was trending at #3 for the better part of the day. The reason the two were trending was because Kenyans discovered on that particular day that they had accompanied William Ruto during his tour of the United States of America. And Kenyans were questioning whether they went there with the approval of Raila Odinga. And if they went there with the approval of Raila Odinga, are they now also rebels? Or whether they just went there as a result of invitation from the United States of America. And because of that fire, Raila Odinga's spokesperson, Dennis Onyango, was actually forced to issue a statement. So in this video, I want us to do a critical analysis about the presence of those two allies of Raila Odinga. Remember, Gladys Wanga is the governor for Homa Bay, a very close ally of Raila Odinga. Gladys Wanga hosted William Ruto during the investment conference, both Raila Odinga and William Ruto. And of course, after that, she also hosted the US ambassador to Kenya, Meg Whitman, in Homa Bay. So when I saw the photos of Gladys Wanga initially, I thought that she had gone there courtesy of course, the US ambassador to Kenya, and we know Gladys Wanga ni mtu wa kujitoma. Then later on, videos of Opiyo Wandayi emerged. And initially, there were allegations on Twitter that Opiyo Wandayi was trying to hide. In fact, even that first video, which was, I think, was shared by NTV, if you watched it closely, you'd think that Opiyo Wandayi was hiding. But later on, more clear photos emerged of Opiyo Wandayi and other leaders walking freely in the United States of America as part of William Ruto's team. And Dennis Onyango was forced by the heat to issue a statement. First of all, let us go through that Dennis Onyango statement because it also has a lot of holes there. This is the letter by Dennis Onyango. It's actually Azimio letterhead, and I don't know why Azimio letterhead, and it's press release. Azimio leaders in president's state visit to the US. This is what the statement is saying. Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party leader, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, has noted and appreciates the concerns by members of the party over the presence of their leaders in the delegation by President William Ruto on the state visit to the US. Kenyans were really on the neck. They wanted to know why those two were in the United States of America, whether they defied the party or whether they went on the account of the party. And the coded message. Now, the letter proceeds. Mr. Odinga wishes to clarify that all Azimio leaders accompanying the president were invited by the US government and have his and the coalition's permission to join the president on this mission, in line with established democratic tradition and the wider interest of the Kenyan nation that Azimio stands for. So according to Azimio, those leaders were in the United States of America, courtesy of US government. The letter proceeds. The bipartisan delegation is in line with similar delegation to Kenya by the top US leaders, including the visit to Kenya by the then US President Barack Obama, which had Republican and Democratic congressional leaders. In the intervening years, more bipartisan delegations from the US have visited Kenya. So basically now there is a justification why the two, of course there's also the Wavinya Ndeti, joined William Ruto, and it proceeds. Mr. Odinga urges the delegation to use this opportunity to help the US focus on issues that matter to the greater majority of the people of Kenya, including increased trade and investment, better healthcare opportunities locally, fighting corruption, creation of jobs, and access to information technology by the youth. Now that is the statement by Azimio through their spokesperson Dennis Onyango, and most Kenyans really dismissed this letter because it was kind of reactionary. And personally, my only questions about this letter is, why would Dennis Onyango, who is Raila Odinga's spokesperson, speak on behalf of Azimio on Azimio letterhead if the concerns of Kenyans were on those two leaders? My expectation was that the letter was going to come from ODM as a political party, but let us not get into that. Then Nyakundi Nyakundi then raised some issues. Let me just get you what Nyakundi posted, which had certain issues. Remember, Nyakundi is getting credible information, and of course sometimes he might get it right, sometimes not. So let me just get for you what Nyakundi posted about now this is what Nyakundi posted. He headlined it, "Facts around Opiyo Wandayi's controversial US trip with President Ruto's delegation." Okay, let me just go through it because I want to point out certain things. Opiyo Wandayi is in the US as part of President Ruto's delegation. His invitation did not come from the US government as his press handlers are claiming. Remember, once the photos started emerging, Wandayi handlers and of course some parts of Azimio started defending that they went there not because of Kenya Kwanza government, but because of the US. Remember, someone like Rigathi Gachagua could not even get one of his allies into the delegation. And the letter, Nyakundi is proceeding, "I have it on authority that contrary to Wandayi's team saying that Wandayi was invited by US government, nothing of the sort happened. He is the one who requested State House to be included, and thereafter Felix Kosgei wrote to Parliament to officially include him in the president's delegation. Once he arrived in the US, he started hiding and avoiding cameras because of the way ODM has treated other MPs who embraced Ruto. After Kenyans smoked him out, he used Raila's spokesperson Dennis Onyango," now he's referring to the letter which I just read there, "to write a press statement explaining his presence in the US. My sources tells me Onyango works for Raila but is paid by Parliament as part of Wandayi's staff. Same as Gabriel Ogoda, he's a principal media officer. Wandayi's all expense paid trip to the US is being shouldered by Kenyan taxpayers, same as the rest of freeloaders in the Ruto's delegation, which includes comedians, governors, cabinet secretaries, and other fringe lackeys of the regime." Now, if you read Nyakundi's post, here's some points, but the only thing which I need to correctify here, because sometimes I get also some credible information. Wandayi did not write a letter requesting to go. The truth is, even Junet Mohammed received the letter. They were invited as the leaders of the National Assembly. Wandayi is the minority leader. Junet is the minority whip. Junet did not honor that letter. So, and I think that's where Raila Odinga is coming in. Probably Raila was aware, and I don't know up to now why Junet did not attend this event. But the truth is, they never requested. They were invited in their capacity. And for Gladys Wanga, I'm 100% sure that when Meg Whitman, I'm 100% sure that when the US ambassador visited her and saw whatever she was doing there, of course, there was no way she was going to miss out unless we are going to have high-stake politics. But did Raila Odinga approve their travel? The Raila Odinga, probably just told them yes. So in this video, I want to give my thoughts. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, my thoughts are as follows. Number one, I can interpret the presence of Raila Odinga's allies in that team, in William Ruto's delegation, as a confirmation that the handshake between William Ruto and Raila Odinga is now complete. I know most of you might not know, but if there's one man Raila Odinga can bank on 100%, then that man is none other than Opiyo Wandayi. That one I can bet with you guys. Opiyo Wandayi is just too loyal to Raila Odinga, based even on history. And that's why I know most of you are actually shocked when Raila Odinga picked Opiyo Wandayi as the majority leader. He wanted someone as the minority leader. He wanted his eye right inside parliament. So that's the fact. So for me, we can say whatever we want. We can speculate whatever we can speculate. But I'm 100% sure that these two individuals were in the United States of America to announce to the country that the handshake between Ruto and Raila is there. I doubt if Wandayi can just make a request and then the next day he receives a letter. Even the US would vet. I'm told there are even some cabinet secretaries who are stopped from going based on visa issues. Yeah, so for me, I'm reading handshake. When Wandayi comes, the first person we will meet is Raila Odinga. What do you think we will be briefing Raila Odinga about? If there are certain things Raila Odinga wanted to communicate with Ruto, then they now got the chance just to speak there. Number two, power, I've always told you, power is also sweet. It attracts. Now, I want to give you the case of Osoro or Butita. Now, is there any other achievement in life they want than going to White House? That's a very big achievement. Anybody would want to accompany the president to White House. Why? Because of power. America is superpower. If you are given the chance today to go and meet Biden, I'm 100% sure 95% of you guys will say yes. Here you will say no. But if you receive that invitation and you are told everything paid for, kazi yako ni kununua, kubeba bag yako na kwenda airport, hata taxi yako kuchukua kwa nyumba imelipwa, kila kitu unaenda kufanya huko imelipwa, and of course there's also the issue of the per diem unapewa. Power. Number three, and I've been thinking about it, based on the political developments in Mount Kenya, William Ruto is determined to win the hearts of Azimio. He's determined. And that's the fact. So how can he win the hearts of Azimio? Forget about Azimio. Let us talk of ODM. Invite Raila Odinga close allies to this event, because if anything, William Ruto also has ODM members of parliament who support him. If they wanted those ODM members to go, they would have been given tickets. In fact, some of them would have really fought to get the chance. But because they are already in the bag, they won't add value. So Ruto is determined. So he's talking, he's inviting Raila Odinga's key allies to this event. And of course, there's maybe sought the permission of Raila Odinga and went there. Then tomorrow, William Ruto will also organize another event. Now, these two will not go. The next person you might see is maybe Yoho, maybe Junet, maybe some other close allies of Raila Odinga. Just for perception, because I've always explained to you guys that politics is purely perceptional game, how it is perceived out there. Number four, I'm also seeing the 2027 politics. If Raila Odinga will not be on the ballot, a situation where Raila Odinga will not be on the ballot, then now, for example, you have Gladys Wanga making a choice between William Ruto, who gave her the opportunity to go to White House. You give Opiyo Wandayi the option between Ruto, let's say Rigathi, because Rigathi will be on the ballot, and let's say Kalonzo. Nako na kwa ile booth, they will remember that Ruto made them visit White House and maybe shake hands with Joe Biden. So William Ruto is already scheming for 2027. And lastly, and this is my parting shot, politics is about interest. And politics is about betrayal. As long as interest can converge, they can always work together. That is what I always remind everybody. So don't usiweke politics hapa sana, utaumia, because the next day you'll see Uhuru and Rigathi enjoying a whiskey somewhere. What will you say? Interest. Bye bye.